Hello my lovely crafters, it's Terry from Vegs Test Creates, back with another crafty video for you. This is part 2 of my adventures with Tonic Craft Kit number 44, which is Santa's Sentiments. So, in this card, what I've done so far is, again, I'm using one of the craft card blanks provided. I then cut down some of this lovely candy stripe cardstock, and I used this die which gives you the little pinpricks, and I used that to create a little border all around the edge. I then cut down a piece of the beautiful green Craft Perfect textured card to fit inside that little border, and then I cut a piece of this gorgeous like stitched trees paper from the paper pad, and then what I'm going to do now is use some of the stamps. As you can see, I've already done peace and hope, and I just thought I'd film this bit for you. So what I've done is I've basically used this little tag as a guide to help me place the words, and I'm making use of all these little cute little stamps. So we've got peace and a little heart there, and then here we have hope with a little heart, and then I made a little pencil line there, and I've just lined up love and a little snowflake. So I'm just going to add some of my Memento Tuxedo black ink to that. Might need to do it twice. So I've now got these three lovely little sentiments, which I'm going to snip out and then arrange them onto the background. I'm going to just play about with it and see whether they need to have some decorative, speciality cardstock behind it. So we'll have a look at that. Be back in a moment. Okay, so I've cut out the little sentiments using this little tag banner die, and it's gorgeous. I really like it. It's beautiful, and it's created a lovely pierced dot effect, which obviously sort of ties in with the pierced effects that I've gone for around there. But obviously it blends into the background too much here, so and a simple trick to do with something like this is to basically draw around the actual die, which will give us a small margin, and then glue that onto this. So we have to fussy cut this out and then glue them on top, and then that'll be a nice vibrant option. Okay, so yeah, this is something I've done lots of times actually with dies, and also with stamps. Funnily enough, I did it the other day with a stamp when I wanted to create to cut it out basically, and I didn't have like a coordinating die, so I just drew around the outside of it and cut it out. So shall I have all these three the same, or shall I make one Ruby Ritz? That'd look pretty cool, wouldn't it? Yeah, maybe have the middle one as Ruby Ritz. Yeah, I like that idea. All right, so I'll be back in a moment once I've done that. Obviously with the Ruby Ritz one, I didn't want to draw on the glitter side, so I've drawn on the white side, and I'm sure you don't need to be shown how to do fussy cutting, but I just wanted to show you these Tim Holtz scissors that I've got there. I'm not sure how long are they. So the length of the blade part is just, I would say, just under 3 inches. And these are my sort of tool of choice for fussy cutting just fussy cutting, because they are beautifully sharp and they get into nooks and crannies really well. But right, so then if we put the hope over the top, it just gives like a tiny little drop shadow, just a little bit, or you could offset it like that. Actually, I think that might look even better because it is such a fine line, to be honest. Yeah, I think that looks better. And obviously you could do it either way. Obviously this one would be, so the ruby Ritz would be for the middle one. So I would want it like that. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Okay, so I'm going to continue on fussy cutting and doing that, and then come back with the completed card, or I might come back with the next card and then just show you them all together. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. See you in a bit. And here's the first finished card, guys. I'm really glad I went for the ruby Ritz for the middle sentiment. I think it just gives it a nice bit of added extra interest. I used some of the Starlit Snowflakes, and do you know what I hadn't realised? There's actually 2 different types in there. If you might be able to see it. So this one, for example, is basically like clear, like a clear iridescent, whereas this one is like a silver iridescent. And again, here's another like clear iridescent. So there's actually 2 different types of confetti in there, which I just think is great. I've just noted a few little blobs of glue. I'm so persnickety with my glue blobs. I don't like any little bits anywhere that shouldn't be anywhere. But there you go, that's got rid of them. I've added a few of the kit exclusive Red Alert Nouveau vintage drops as well, and put some bigger ones and some smaller ones dotted around. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that for the first card. I'm loving this kit. It's so much more versatile than I had initially thought, you know, because just thinking, oh, it's just sentiments, but it's so much more than that. And like, you know, all of these little dies that give you the added interest and things, and you know, these little banners and things with the dots. I think it's things like this that I mean, I watched Christine Crafty Potential, one of her, I think I've watched all of her videos. She made a whole background using this die, I believe, and she put them going that way across the cards. I'm now going to start on my next card, so I shall see you in a mo. Okay, so I've got 2 more card ideas now. One is to make a shaker card, and the other one is to do some paper piecing. So if I'll put a link here to my last video, the one where I made an outline die like this of Christmas with the Santa's hat, but I kept all the inners. So I've die cut one out of this ice rink, and I plan to paper piece these red Santa's hat bits inside. So that's one idea. And then I want to create a shaker card. So I've cut out the Christmas in this beautiful seafoam green, and I'm going to use the ice rink as the front panel. So I've just found and cleaned a bit of acetate, so I'm going to stick that over there, and then I've cut out 2 300 GSM panels, the same size, so that they will fit behind there, and then that will be the little well, the sequins. So just adding some double-sided adhesive, some red liner tape around this, because I do want it just to be really secure. And this ice rink special paper is so classy and pretty. It's really, really nice. So it'll be lovely. It looks lovely against the front of the craft background. Okay, that seems fine. And then this is going to slot in there. So you'll just see the starlit snowflakes poking through. This cosmic shimmer glue is lovely. It's really strong and grabby. You don't need to use a lot. There we go. Pretty good. Tiny little bit of glue on the front there, but that's not bad at all. Okay, so trying to work out if that's going to be enough of a well or whether I need to cut another 1 or 2 pieces. Okay, I'm going to just make a couple more of these just to make sure. Yeah. Okay, so I cut an extra piece of card, so that's now 3 pieces of 300 GSM card. So I think that should be thick enough for the walls. So I'm now going to add a little sprinkling of the snowflakes in there. I think that should be enough. And then I've cut a piece of the pearlescent, or the pearl white is the actual name, cardstock, to glue behind that, just to give it a nice subtle. I didn't want anything like majorly contrasting or anything in the background, so I'm just going to glue all around here and then pop that sheet on top, which I cut to again just a tad smaller, so it's 4 by 5 1/4. And I don't make shaker cards very often, so it's one of those things where I have to sort of stop and think, oh, how am I going to do this? Because obviously there's so many different ways you can make them, you know, using foam tape to build up the walls and stuff, but you can also do it like this with the using cardstock. So that's what I've chosen to do. Just going to hold it there for a second, because as we know, pearlescent card can sometimes take a little bit longer to adhere than because it's got a more slick surface. But so with the cosmic shimmer glue, it is quite grabby, so that's good. I can just see there's a little bit that's gone too far down, so I'll just have to trim that off in a moment. But I'm looking forward to the reveal. I think that'll be pretty cool. So is that like, oh, did I put enough? Oh, that looks pretty, doesn't it? That's a lovely, yeah, that's just the right amount of snowflakes, I think. You can see them moving around, but yeah. So you can see what I mean here, where I just went a bit too far down with the pearlescent card, so I'll just trim that off. And then that will fit nicely on the front of this card. And I think I'm going to go for wishes, just Christmas wishes, just quite simple. And here we go, my friends. So I kept this one really quite clean and simple. I just stamped the wishes stamp in Memento Tuxedo Black onto some white card, and then matted that onto some of the same seafoam green holographic card. I added a few of the beautiful snowflakes, and I just felt it needed a tad touch more, so I added a scattering of Nouveau Dream drops in Cloud 9, which just tie in perfectly with this really sort of gentle, iridescent colour palette. I really like this actually, I think it looks gorgeous. Lots of, very pleased with the shaker element. Yep, so there's that one. And then just a quick reminder of the first one again. So this was the one with the where we made use of the three. It's very simple in design really, this one, just sort of layers of different colour and texture really. So with the 3 tag dies, and again a scattering of snowflakes and Nouveau drops. And then for the final one, so I said earlier that I had saved the inner pieces of the Santa's hat from the first video, to which I'll put a link in the description box below for you. So if you haven't checked that out, you can go ahead and watch that. It's got a few more card ideas. So cut the outline in the ice rink. And then cut a background panel in the same card to tie in, and then I used that lovely wonky stitch die on all of the 4 sides. I cut 2 of the beautiful large tags, one out of this gorgeous, I'm gonna have to check my folder for the name of the colour, and this is more for people that haven't seen the first video, because I did tell you all the types of cards in that one. Shining Spruce. So this is Shining Spruce, and then that's the seafoam green. So I just used a couple of the other stamps for that one. The Have Yourself a Merry Little, and then Christmas. So far out of the big dies, I've only really used Christmas. So I'm going to have to do a follow-up video, guys, aren't I? I know I've certainly got loads of the speciality cardstocks and papers left, and obviously loads of the paper pad. So I'll definitely do a part 3, a follow-up video to this. I haven't even touched the ribbon. I've only used the embossing powder once, so there's lots more inspiration to flow and come from this. So thank you for spending this time with me today. If you like the video, it'd be great if you'd use your thumbs and give me a thumbs up. And as always, any questions or comments or anything, just leave them in the comment section below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you back soon with some more crafty goodness. Bye for now.